Good afternoon and welcome everybody to class today for our trending topics class, which is focused on Mother's Day. My name is Charlotte Scheid. I'm one of the Giant Company Dietitians. I appreciate everybody joining me here today for this super fun class. It's hard to believe that Mother's Day is this week, is this Sunday, but hopefully this gives you a recipe inspiration and some ideas for those in your life, grandmas, aunts, not aunts and uncles, aunts, mother figures, and moms. We have a lot of recipe ideas and treats, different ideas for that. Okay, so I wanted just to mention just a couple ways to celebrate mom. And actually, before I do this slide, just a reminder, if you do have any questions during class, please put them in the Q&A box. Just a reminder. Okay, so a couple ways to celebrate mom. First being breakfast in bed. Obviously, I would really love this one, but some ideas for breakfast in bed if you are doing this. You can do a yogurt parfait, an avocado toast. You can put a little bit of tomato, egg, feta cheese on that. You can bake some veggie egg muffins. Even chia pudding with berries would be good. So breakfast in bed is always a good option for Mother's Day and kind of popular when you think about what to do for mom for Mother's Day. You could also do a family picnic. This is a great way to get everybody together. But if you do a family picnic, what you could put in your basket, some veggie sticks with hummus, many whole wheat wraps, many cheese cubes with crackers. And you can see on the right-hand side, I gave some product examples of what you could purchase in store for the family picnic. The next one I would very much love if someone did that for me, but it's a spa snack board. So you could put some cucumber slices on there, some fresh fruit like berries, berries of banana or whatever that you would like. You do a little bit of mixed nuts, some dark chocolate, you could do regular nuts and dark chocolate cover nuts, and just a little bit of a infused water or herbal teas on that spa snack board. So if you can't get to the spa, if your mom or anybody can't get to the spa, you can always do a spa snack board. Also, you can make some better for you treats. I'll give some examples on the next slide. But you can, of course, make this as a family and create memories. Or you could do a special dinner or a meal, and that's what we'll be doing today with our recipe. But some special dinner ideas, you can make salmon, you could do a rosemary lemon chicken, which is a good idea, or a stuffed portobello mushrooms, or even scallops are one of my favorites. So you can always do some type of special dinner, fancy dinner, or do a dinner with whatever mom likes. So just giving some ideas on how or ways to celebrate mom this year. Okay, so here's some better for you Mother's Day treats. Some treat ideas you could always make, and of course you can make this as a family. You can do chocolate covered fruit with dark chocolate, and of course this would help to give a little bit more antioxidants with less added sugar with the dark chocolate. So some crushed nuts, unsweetened coconut flakes, or dried fruit. You can do fruit kebabs, which are super easy. You can always pair that with the vanilla Greek yogurt. You can see on the right hand side I have our brand Greek non-fat yogurt, which is always a good idea. You can even put like a little bit of cinnamon, even like a little bit of honey if you want on that, or whatever that you would like to mix in that. You can do some frozen yogurt bark, which is popular usually in the warmer months. And you can top that with some nuts, berries, dark chocolate chips, and even granola. You could do a Mother's Day popcorn mix. This would have you pop your popcorn. You can do some unsweetened dried cranberries. You can put whatever nuts that you want in it, like almonds or walnuts. Some sprinkles. You could do red or pink sprinkles or heart sprinkles, and a little bit of drizzle of chocolate, which is always really delicious. And you could even do some heart-shaped apple nachos. So you can see here on the right-hand side, I have our brand red apple slices that are already pre-sliced. And of course, you can make it in the shape of a heart. You could drizzle with a little bit of nut butter and chocolate, top with some shredded coconut, nuts, and fruit. So a lot of kind of the same, similar ingredients, but some different ideas on how to use that. But those are just some ideas if you want to treat mom to some better for you treats. Here are some options to do so. But going back to a special dinner, we are going to be making today a lobster salad with green goddess dressing. So this is on our Savory magazine recipe database. It does get 3 guiding stars, so a lot of different nutritional benefits with it. So our ingredients for today, we're going to mix in our blender some non-fat Greek yogurt, some mayonnaise, and I already have kind of pre-chopped or pulled apart some parsley, basil, and green onion. So I love, especially the smell of basil is really nice. So that helped to give us our green color for the green goddess dressing. Also going to add in some So half of a lemon for the juice, and we're also going to zest it. Also going to add in some clove of garlic, which I have my minced garlic container, which is really nice to pull out of the refrigerator when you need it. And we're going to put in some olive oil. Then in a bowl, kind of mix some of that green goddess dressing with the lobster meat and top with some other stuff like avocado and chives, and also mix in some celery as well. So that's our recipe. A nice idea for mom, a little bit more fancy, but it does give 20 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber, so definitely a great option. And it does get 3 guiding stars, which is very nice. So that is our recipe for today, and we will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, you can see I have my food processor right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make my green goddess dressing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to add in is 1/4 of a cup, so non-fat plain yogurt. So I have my Greek yogurt right here. So we're going to do 1/4 of a cup. Let me get my 1/4 of a cup measuring cup. So you can use a food processor, or if you just have a blender, that's fine too to make this. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup yogurt, so it gives a little bit of a pop of protein. Great. And we're also going to add 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. So I just have our brand, just mayonnaise right here. So we're gonna do 1/4 of a cup. And then we're gonna add in some of our herbs, which I have right here. So I have 1/2 cup of parsley, 1/2 cup of basil, and then about a tablespoon of just chopped green onion, which will help to give a nice flavor and of course the green color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this in. Then next we're going to juice our lemon and zest, 1/2 of it. All right, so I already pre-washed my lemon, so you can see I have right here. Cut this in half. I'm just gonna juice this in a glass container, so in case a seed comes out, I can catch it. Which a lot of seeds are coming off. So for this recipe, they say juice of 1/2 of a lemon. Get another spoon to get the seeds out. And we're just gonna add the half of the juice of 1/2 a lemon, and then we're also going to zest as well. Get these seeds out. So go ahead and add this. I also have my zester right here. Zest it. Gives a little bit more flavor. Just gonna go around just a little bit more. All right. It's here, so you can see my zest. It's not too much, but just enough. So it's about 1/2 of a lemon, the zest. 1/2 a lemon. We're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, so helps to give a little bit more of healthier fat. And where did I put my 1 tablespoon? Oh, here it is. All right, so let me do 1 tablespoon. I'll help to just blend it a little bit more. You can add just a pinch of salt and pepper if you want, but I'm not going to do that. But if you want to do that, you can. And we're also going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic. So I mentioned before, this is our minced garlic container. Makes it easy to just pull it out of the refrigerator and use it as you need it. So you don't have to cut anything up. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon. All right, just make sure I have all my ingredients on my list. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and blend this up. And this will be our green goddess dressing. I'm just gonna mute myself because I can never remember if it already kind of yeah, lowers the volume. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to mix this up. All right, so I'm just going to check it to see if it needs to be moved around at all. All right, so let me just blend it just a little bit more. All right, so let's see. Lifted. It's getting a little bit better. Okay. So it sort of has a green color, just like a hint of green. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, so for the lobster meat. So what I purchased in store was 4 lobster tails. So for this recipe, you want about a pound. So the lobster tail sizes I had were kind of like a medium. You can do like, usually they're like smaller, medium in size, but mine were, I think, close to medium. So I did 4 of those. So that's about a pound. So you can see I already boiled it with a little bit of salt. Sometimes boiling it in salt helps to bring out that lobster flavor. So you can see right here, this is my lobster meat. You can do a whole lobster if you want, and get the meat out that way, but I just did the lobster tails. So I did four of them. All right, so I'm going to put my lobster meat in here, and you can chop this down a little bit more, but I just like more chunks of lobster. So I'm going to put those in. We're going to do a 1/2 cup of celery. So I already pre-cut my celery. And then we'll do some of the dressing. Kind of move this around a little bit. All right. So some of the herbs kind of are still intact, but that's okay. You still will get the flavor throughout. I'm just going to put just a little bit of the dressing in there. Mix that around. So go ahead with my lobster celery and a little bit of my dressing. I'm just gonna kind of mix this. I just do a little bit more, just a little bit more of the dressing. And again, some of the herbs are kind of still intact, but that's okay because you're still getting the flavor. So I'm just mixing this in with my lobster and celery. And so I'm going to set this to the side for a minute. And I'm also going to, because at the very end, we're going to put a little bit of chives on. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of chop up some of these chives. Set that to the side. I'm also going to, and I already washed this and the chives. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So I'm going to cut this avocado lengthwise and pull apart. So that's a nice avocado. So you can see right here. And I'm just going to take the peel off and cut it into slices. And that's going to be put on top at the very end of the salad. So we're just going to chop. This avocado is a nice way to get in more healthy fats. You can see here I'm just chopping or kind of slicing it. That's just kind of that size. All right, so I'm gonna take my plate over here and I'm going to add, and let me actually move this, but too much stuff on the counter. All right, so I'm going to plate. So what I did is I purchased in the store our organic, it doesn't have to be organic, but like spring mix. I like these containers because they're easily, you can reseal them. So this is a mix of just a it's spring mix. I'm gonna open this. So this has, so like baby green lettuce and spinach and kale and that type of thing. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna reseal this. I'm gonna take my lobster mixture. So I believe this recipe is for 4 servings. So just about a fourth of this. I'm gonna put it right on top. We did a little bit more than a fourth, but it's okay. We're gonna add some chives. So right on top, I'm gonna do maybe or maybe 2 or 3 slices of avocado and some more of our dressing. So, and so this is our lobster salad with green goddess dressing. This is a perfect recipe idea for mom, a little bit more fancy for her. But again, the lobster I already boiled in salt water before class, and I probably boiled it for maybe 8 or 9 minutes or so. And I did thaw it overnight because it did come frozen. Okay, so you can see here our lobster salad with green goddess dressing. So it does get 3 guiding stars and is a recipe off of our Savory Magazine recipe database.